2 years ago, but I still don't drive at night anymore. Not alone anyway. I know it sounds dramatic, but once you hear what happened, you'll understand why. It was around midnight, and I was on my way home from visiting my uncle. He lives out in the sticks, like actual middle of nowhere, where the only thing more common than deer on the road is your GPS giving up halfway through the trip. The sky was pitch black, no moon, no stars, just an endless stretch of country road and the hum of my engine. Everything was chill until I noticed headlights coming up behind me. Fast, like really fast. At first, I thought it was just someone speeding, but the car didn't pass me. It rode right up on my bumper, blinding me with their high beams. I tapped my brakes to signal them to back off. Nothing. I was getting nervous. My heart started beating harder. They were so close, I couldn't even see their grille anymore. Just white, blinding light in my mirrors. So I did what anyone would do. I pulled off to the shoulder to let them pass. But they didn't. They pulled over behind me. That's when I knew something was seriously wrong. I didn't get out. I locked the doors, kept my foot hovering over the gas, and watched in the mirror. A figure stepped out of the car, tall, lean, walked straight toward me slowly, like they had all the time in the world. I couldn't see their face, just the outline. But listen to this. Right before they reached my car, they stopped, just stood there, inches from my driver's side window. Not knocking, not saying a word, just waiting. I rolled the window down a crack. "Can I help you?" They tilted their head, then said, "Don't flash your lights again." Then they turned around, got back into their car, and drove off, slow and smooth, disappearing into the dark. I waited there for 10 minutes before pulling back onto the road, still trying to calm my nerves. But it gets worse. A few miles later, I saw another car coming toward me with its high beams on. I thought about what that guy said, and against my better judgment, I flashed my lights once to signal them to turn it off. Immediately, my headlights flickered. My dashboard went black for a second. The engine stuttered, just for a moment, but that was enough to make my stomach drop. And then I saw it. Something was sitting in my back seat. Not someone. Something. Its head was too long. Arms thin and jointed weird, like a spider trying to play human. I didn't look for long. I just screamed and swerved off the road into the grass. The car stalled. Smoke hissed from the hood. But I didn't care. I jumped out and ran, leaving the door wide open. I must have run half a mile before a trucker found me wandering along the road, barefoot, still shaking. He brought me to the nearest gas station, where I called my uncle to come get me. But listen to this. The tow truck guy who retrieved my car swore no one was inside when he opened the doors. Not even a trace. No weird footprints. No damage except for the grass stains on the bumper. No sign of the figure. No sign of whatever it was I saw in the back seat. But here's the kicker. The gas station clerk saw me shaking and pale and asked what happened. I told him everything. He didn't flinch, just said, "You flashed your lights, didn't you?" I nodded. He shook his head. "That thing? It rides the beams, like a parasite. You flash your lights, you invite it in." He wasn't joking. And now, I don't drive at night. Ever. Because whatever I let in that night, it knew me. I could feel it watching from behind my eyes for weeks after. And sometimes, when I sit in silence, I swear I still hear it breathing in the back seat. It was supposed to be a routine drive, just me, my car, And the highway I've taken a dozen times. I left my cousin's wedding around 11 p.m., wanting to beat traffic and avoid small talk hangovers. One exit to go and I'd be home. But then, it just never came. I passed the first exit like normal, lights glowing in the dark. I remember thinking, cool, 30 more minutes. But 30 minutes turned into 40, then nearly an hour. Still no second exit. Just pitch black highway and trees that look sharper than usual. And here's where it gets weirder. No cars. I hadn't seen headlights ahead or behind me for what felt like forever. That's when I checked the GPS. Frozen. My blue dot wasn't moving. Okay, strange. Then I looked at the car clock. 12:37. It had said that for 20 minutes. But listen to this. When I finally saw an exit, it wasn't paved. No lights, no signs, just a gravel road into thick trees. Against my better judgment, I took it. Maybe I just missed the real one, right? Wrong. The trees got denser. Their branches reached over the road like claws. Then the path split in two. No signs, no directions, just gravel disappearing into darkness. And then, the radio turned on. A man's voice, low and calm. "You've been here before." It repeated. Then it started laughing. I turned the wheel so hard I almost hit a tree. Tried to head back, but the road had changed. I passed the same broken tree 3 times. I was stuck in a loop. Then headlights appeared in my rearview mirror. At first I was relieved. Another car. But there was no car. Just the lights. Floating. No engine. No grille. Just pale yellow beams hovering, getting closer. I floored it. Took random turns, praying they'd disappear. They did, but only to reappear in front of me. My engine died. The light stood still. The radio clicked again. A woman's voice, soft and cold. "You should have never left." I swear something was moving outside. I heard crunching leaves, snapping twigs, footsteps all around me. I don't remember much after that. I slammed the ignition. The engine roared to life like it had been holding its breath. I peeled out of there, trees flying by. Then, boom, back on the highway. Like nothing happened. GPS working, other cars. Clock read 2:13 a.m. I never found that gravel exit again. Not on the map, not in daylight. It just didn't exist. But I know what I saw. And now, I don't drive after midnight. Not alone. Not on that highway. Because sometimes the road doesn't take you home. Sometimes it takes you somewhere that remembers your name. It started like any other late-night drive. I was coming back from my buddy's place around 2 a.m., half tired, half wired from energy drinks and bad decisions. The roads were empty, which I usually love. Quiet, peaceful. Just me, my music, and the hum of the tires. But that night, the silence felt off. I was on Route 66, cutting through an old stretch of highway with barely any streetlights. The kind of road where your high beams just get swallowed up by the dark. I'd driven it before, no big deal. But this time, there was something different. About 20 minutes in, I glanced in the rearview mirror. Just a habit. That's when I saw her. A woman, pale face, long dark hair, sitting in my back seat like she'd been there the whole ride. I slammed the brakes so hard I almost spun out. Heart pounding, I turned around. Empty. No one was there. Just my hoodie, crumpled up on the seat. I tried to laugh it off. Maybe I imagined it. Highway hypnosis or something, right? But listen to this. When I looked back at the mirror again, she was still there. Clear as day, same blank stare, same dark eyes, still watching me. I refused to look back again. I just focused on the road, cranked the volume. But even over the music, I heard it, breathing, right behind me. It wasn't mine. I rolled down the windows, hoping the wind would snap me out of it. No dice. The air was ice cold, even though it was July. Then something brushed the back of my neck. Not the wind, a finger. I swear on everything, I felt it. It gets worse. I passed a gas station, bright, full of life, and I pulled in like my life depended on it. Left the engine running, jumped out of the car. I waited there for 5 minutes, trying to convince myself to go back in. An old man at the pump gave me a weird look and said, "You all right, kid?" I nodded. Yeah, just thought I saw something. He squinted toward my car, then shook his head. "You're not the first. That stretch of road's cursed. Folks say if you see her once, she follows you." I laughed, nervously. "You're kidding, right?" He didn't smile. She was a hitchhiker, got hit in the 70s. Drivers say she shows up in the mirror, right before an accident. I didn't sleep that night. But here's the part that still haunts me. When I got home and parked the car, I checked the rearview mirror one last time before heading inside. She smiled. Not creepy, not angry, just sad. And for a second, I don't know why, I felt sorry for her. Like she wasn't trying to hurt me, like she was trying to warn me. But then I blinked, and she was gone. I thought that was the end of it. Until 2 weeks later, my friend texted me. He was driving late at night, same route, said he saw a woman in his rear view, asked if I was playing some kind of prank. I wish I was. Now we both take the long way home. Because here's what I've figured out. It's not about being haunted. It's about being marked. And once she rides with you once, she always knows how to find you again.